if it's too close to mission, I guess it could really work anywhere, but we'll just leave it as relatively remote might be best. All right. So let's see. I'm also going to change out the music here because I wanted to listen to the Divinity soundtrack, but eh. All right. So let's keep going. Let's see. This venture could be added anywhere in any world that has kobolds. But a region with forests that is relatively remote might be best. Okay. Book 1. All right. Let's see. Local smith wishes she had gotten in on that dragon slaying action from a few weeks back. Turns out a group of mercenaries came through and killed off a mysterious dragon living north of town. Local smith is hoping some bones, teeth, and scales may have been left behind, willing to pay a finder's fee, and if enough materials are found, share the wealth. Okay. Book 02. Alright. So Hook 02 is missing lumberjacks. Let's see. Aram, Haverland, and 2 grown sons. Okay. So a group of 3 lumberjacks has gone missing. Let's see. They have been gone for over 2 weeks. Locals have been keeping an eye out, comma, but many are afeared after this. After these disappearances. All right. The families of the lumberjacks have collected a communal reward and are hoping to hire some heroes to find some answers. Period. All right. Cool. All right. So those are the 2 hooks. Oh man, Red-Handed Doom Squad. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Fanspo. T-Pain. Red-Handed Doom. Got it. All right, let's see. Treasure preparation. We don't really need that section, but I guess I'll put a note about it. Treasure prep. For prep? Preparation? There we go. This is not 4E. Treasure does not sit around waiting for you. Treasure can be found in the dungeon, on the kobolds, through the quest rewards. All right. as listed in this conversion. Cool. Scroll down. And let's see. That brings us to wrapping up your very own dragon. All right. It kind of feels like we're jumping to the dessert here, but I get it. So, Taloclaxis, aka Walter, the adamantine wyrmling. Okay. So we need a stat block for this bad boy. I feel like the easiest way to do that for me would just be to do it in Foundry. I know that's the lazy boy way to do it, but that's generally where I do all my best work is in Foundry. So maybe we'll go over to Foundry real quick. Let's see. We could probably just hop into Princess Heist or something. I don't think that one's broken. Let's see. When I say broken, I mean I don't know if it's been converted over to version 9 yet. So I'll go ahead and get that started in a side window while we figure this out. So Taloclaxis, let's talk about what makes you special. There's really not a lot of adamantine dragon support in 5e, so let's see. Thunder element. Beefy. Ignores armor. All right. So, I have ideas here. There are ideas that people aren't going to like. Oh, looks like a lot of stuff is having to load up over there on Princess Heist. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Oof, there's a lot of backups here. Okay. It doesn't feel like the end of the world. I think we could probably make this work. Okay. Cool. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of look at what he's got going on here. In Monsters of the Multiverse, they started giving all of the monsters force damage. And a lot of babies, and I mean big babies, the babiest babies in the whole world. They got really upset about monsters having spell-like abilities instead of spells that could be counterspelled. They didn't like that everybody was fucking dealing force damage because it's like the hardest damage to resist, blah, 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 blah. I think in a game like 5th edition, where you don't have different tiers of defenses, right? In 3rd edition, you had flat-footed AC versus regular AC. You had your AC without your dexterity. You had your surprised AC. You had all that stuff. You had different saving throws. And then in 4th edition, you had your armor class, your wisdom, your willpower, essentially, your fortitude, and your reflex. Those are your 4 different defenses. This guy ignores your armor class. So I don't want to actually make the DM have to calculate what kind of armor bonus people are getting from armor. So there's 2 approaches that we could have. One is instead of ignoring armor, he sunders armor. So that's very similar to a like a rust monster, right? He's hitting the armor. Yes, thank you, T-Pain. They are all big babies. Especially about their new movie that they got. Unreal. Anyways, so instead of ignoring armor, we could give it a sundering ability, like a rust monster. Or we could just have it deal force damage. And by having it deal force damage, we're basically saying that all of your resistances and all of your bear barbarians, well, I guess bear barbarians can resist it, but all you other barbarians, you're hosed, right? This guy just hits that hard. Another thing that we could explore is bleed damage. Bleed damage definitely indicates that something was really sharp. Unfortunately, bleeding is not a normal 5e thing. Now, obviously, I think bleed damage is fantastic. And there have been cases of things that cause bleed damage. It doesn't ever have like a legitimate term or anything else like that. Now, purist might say, why are you having him do force damage if all of his shit is thunder damage? I don't know, man. Um, thunder damage versus force damage is like a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like thunder is literally like sound damage, and force damage is magic pressure. So I don't know. They're both hitting you really hard. I I kind of feel like in the fifth edition Pokemon universe, there definitely could have probably had thunder or force, and probably didn't need both. Anyways, he's also kind of a fighter soldier tank kind of thing, so he's very tanky. So we'll put beefy and tanky. So what to do with this guy? What to do with this guy? I kind of like the idea of him doing some force damage with his attacks. I think that's pretty cool. I don't think there's really any dragons out there that are doing force damage, and that implies that he's hitting you a lot harder than you would expect. Um, so yeah. Or we just have the DM calculate, or the players in the DM calculate, any bonus that you're receiving from armor, he ignores, which is kind of crazy. Also, when you get to recruit this guy uh, as your pet, right, or as your ally, do you want this guy to be on the player's side, going in there and ignoring the armor of all your enemies? I don't know. So another compromise does seem to be sundering of the armor, but that seems like even more to track than just ignoring armor. So these are tough decisions you have to make when you're converting this over. Um, yeah. How do I know it ignores armor? Because it is attacking reflex. So anytime an attack only attacked reflex in 4th edition, it meant that it didn't care what your armor class was. So yeah, that's the thing. Um, tough call. Tough call. I don't know. Let's go with it. We're gonna say, let's see, adamantine, um, adamantine weaponry. There we go. Is that not how you spell weaponry? Okay. Adamantine attacks. There we go. All attacks from this dragon ignore the target's AC bonus from equipped armor and shields. It's pretty fucking good. This does bring up like the confusion of like, what if you're using Glyph monsters and they don't have something like that? Like, is this only targeting characters? Blah 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 blah. I don't know. Otherwise, you could just give him a huge boost to his attacks, but I sort of like this one. So, we'll put unless that the armor and shields are made from adamantine. Any armor shields, including magical equipment, unless the armor shields are made from adamantine. Beautiful. Why don't we do adamantine body, and then we could give him immunity to crits. The dragon is immune to critical hits because he's made of adamantine. That's all adamantine armor does. 5th edition. All right, that seems pretty good. So let's see. Then when him bite, thunder damage. So, and let's see, he resists thunder. So we got resistance to thunder, and we have add thunder damage to bite, And he's got a thunderous breath weapon. All right, cool. So we have this adorable little dragon here that's now been set up. It's looking pretty slick. And let's see. He's got his breath weapon. Probably put that on a recharge. All that seems pretty good. He is a Wyrmling. So using I don't know, Princess Heist, which oh no, Princess Heist looks like it's broken. It's got too many goddamn clouds. There we go. Let's see if that fixes it or if it's actually broken. I don't know. It still seems to be working. So, let's see. Adamantine. Oops. Nope. It's okay. It's working. Okay. Let me see. Is quick insert not installed here? Is that what you're telling me? Modules. It looks like quick insert is not installed here. What a great and terrible sadness on this particular game. Let's go to meh. I won't use Foundry to set it up. We'll come back to this one, and when we do everything in Foundry, we'll just convert this over. So these are the notes I have for him for now. So that's good. Let's keep going. All right. Let's see. Next up is the first encounter. This encounter is a kobold clearing. All right. Added a lot of extra characters there because I'm a really good typist. All right. Kobold clearing. Encounter 1. The GG app? Yeah, I could use the GG app for manual. Oh, tempting. Oh. At that point, I should probably just use a 5e monster maker that has good stat, like, that just makes a nice stat block. But I kind of just wanted to make everything in Foundry and then just push everything out in Foundry. So, plus, if I build it in Foundry, I have a Wyrmling to build off of to start with. I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going. Kobold clearing, encounter 1. So in this encounter, we had a couple of notes up here, I think. Dragon shields will have sentinel, and I think we were doing something with the traps. Oh, and we're adding an encounter, dead naturalist. All right. So this is actually going to be encounter number 2. And then we're going to have a different encounter here. Okay, so dead naturalist. Encounter 2. Okay. No, encounter 1. Brain. All right. So a dead naturalist with a javelin sticking out of him. Okay. As you head north into the forest, you soon encounter clearing where a battle is obviously fought. All right. Searching the clearing, you discover the crushed remains of a human man dressed in practical leathers and clutching some torn parchment in his rotting fist. All right. And basically use this encounter to seed some info about the kobold presence and a bit more info about the location. Dragon's Lair. Parties with trackers should be able to find their way using the kobold's tracks. Cool. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's switch music there again. And Kobold Clearing is now the next location. Oh yeah. Just let your players look around and make them feel smart. All right. So Kobold Clearing. That's what we're talking about next. Fearing reprisal from the rest of the Fireclaw tribe, Varza, blah, 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 blah. Got people outside. All right. Which we have the adventure map, as it were, right here. And the collection of monsters they want us to fight. So let's look at mobs. All right. In this, we have kobold tunnelers. And I guess that'd be there. And we've got two, I guess it could be three. We've got kobold quickblades. And we've got some traps. Oops. There we go. Okay. If we skip to the back, where every 4E adventure gives you all the stats, you don't have to leave the adventure to go find them. We see that kobold tunnelers are basic bitches. So the easiest conversion for that would be just use basic bitch kobolds. It's a little boring, but it would certainly do the job. And let's see. It's, it's not overly exciting, but it would certainly do the job. So a regular-ass kobold can do all the things that a kobold tunneler can do for the most part. Except they have pack tactics, and these kobolds have shifty. That's the big difference there between the two. And the sunlight sensitivity is kind of balanced out if this encounter takes place during the day, because they're not going to be able to see very well. So they're going to need those kobold pack tactics to function. So we could probably just get away with having normal basic bitch kobolds. And that's what we'll do. All right. So let's go back to where we searched. We've got a kobold underling. I think that might be an even wimpier kobold. Let's see. This kobold explodes in 3 rounds. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. I don't want that to happen. Okay. Icewind kobolds are a little tougher. Kobold Inventor, Kobold Dragon Shield. We talked about having that. Kobold Scale Sorcerer, Icewind Kobold Zombie. I think our list of official kobolds kind of dries up there. So that's unfortunate. Alright, so what can we do to make these other kobolds a bit more interesting? So the Quick Blade is known for its movement. So what we could do for these guys is give them the mobile feat. So take normal kobold and give them the mobile feat. And mobile feat would definitely kind of do what we needed it to do, because they get to move in, not provoke an opportunity attack if they attack. So yeah, mobile feat would pretty much solve all those problems. There we go. Maybe? There it goes. Yeah, so they have 10 extra speed. When they use the dash action, difficult terrain does not cost them extra movement. And when they make a melee attack against a creature, they don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn, whether they hit or not. This is a perfect thing to make a kobold into a kobold quick blade. So that's pretty good. It also says that they have something where this attack deals 2 extra damage per square the kobold has shifted since the start of its turn. That's pretty neat, but what we might do instead is just give them a 1d6 sneak attack. Because that gives them anywhere between 1 to 6 extra damage, and then they only get that damage if they have advantage. On the outdoor encounter, they're not going to get it. Well, as easily. And yeah, I think giving them 1d6 sneak attack is a good idea. I guess they'll still get it if they have their pack tactics working, because they won't have disadvantage and they will have an ally within 5 feet of the target. So overall, that's pretty good. And then we're going to give them more hit points. So now we have effectively created, from a regular kobold, a kobold quick blade. So that seems pretty good. All right, now we got to look at the traps that they have here. So the first trap that they have is like man, boar, pig, man, bear, pig, trap, man trap. There we go. So we've got man traps, which is so weird. And then we also have, we're going to add a tiger pit. All right. So I think the DM's Guild actually has a whole section of traps. Let's go take a look real quick. I mean, I know it does. I don't think it does. I know it does, but let's go look at them. Let's see. Designing adventures, diseases, poisons, madness. Maybe it doesn't, and I'm completely crazy. But I wanted to say it had traps. Complications, villains, dungeons. Oh man, are you serious? Does it not have a trap section? It's got to. It's got to. Let's see. Maybe it's under encounters. Complications, maybe. The fact that it doesn't have a dedicated trap section might be bad. Oh, there it is. Derp. Okay. All right. So traps. Traps are found everywhere. Mechanical traps. Traps in play. Triggering a trap. Detecting a trap. Trap effects. Okay. So this is if you are playing raw vanilla and you need to know what the difficulty of the trap should be. And based on level, how much damage it should deal, and the kind of shit that might happen. And then it gives you some sample traps. So yeah, DM's guide. Who would have thought? So yeah, trap DCs and attack bonuses. And let's see, trap effects. The attack bonus of a trap, the DC save, the damage deals, blah blah blah. If a trap is just a setback, it is unlikely to kill or seriously harm characters. So the man, bear, pig traps, they are a setback. So we're going to set those at +5 to attack our heroes. If I scroll... Oop, if I scroll down 1... Oh, it's very sensitive. We've got these man trap patches. And these are currently a +4 against reflex. So we could just go with that if we wanted to. And then they have countermeasures, and they have avoidance, and all that good stuff. So all that's like pretty useful information. So what we're going to do is, for these man traps, we're going to put DC to spot, and these are set at a 21, which is kind of crazy. We'll set them at an 18. And let's see. I don't know why you would attack traps, but I guess if you're using AoE to like clear out traps, that makes sense. So we'll give him a AC of 15, 26 hit points. I guess I gotta start making like stat blocks for my fucking traps. Immune, poison, and psychic. You know the drill, the 5th edition drill. Let's see. And most conditions. There we go. I said most conditions because I don't feel like figuring it out. All right. Let's see. When triggered, attacks with a +4. Okay. And then it would be attacks with +4, damage. Looks like a d6 + 3. 1d6 + 3. I don't know. I'd say it would be slashing, but in a way it's kind of like bludgeoning. So maybe we should do we'll do 1d6 slashing and 1d6 bludgeoning. There we go. Additionally, the target is grappled. Escape DC is 18. There we go. So let's see. Disarming this trap is easy. DC 10. You can avoid by jumping over. Or, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we've got that. Then we've got this pit trap. If we go over to the DM's guide, you can see that the damage here, this is a 1st to 4th level trap that's only got a setback of a D10. We had it be 2d6. That's pretty comparable. But it does add an additional effect, so that would make it a dangerous effect. That's a good idea. Trap actor, and just have all the stuff on one trap. Trap master, maybe. That's a good idea, Dom. So let's go down to, we got falling net, pits. Here we go. So 4 basic pit traps. This is a hidden pit trap. So we could just grab this. Ooh, they got a spike pit trap there. Oof, that's nice. Let's see. Grab this. Oh, anchor to the edge pit with dirt. Yeah, this is the one we want. Simple pit. There we go. Loop. All right. Pit trap is a hole dug in the ground. The hole is covered by a large cloth. Blah, blah, blah. DC spot is 10. Anyone stepping on the cloth falls through and pulls the cloth down into the pit. We're actually going to set this at a 15 because I'm going to assume that kobolds are pretty good at making traps. It's a little bit easier, I think, to spot than maybe these smaller man traps or whatever. Anyone stepping... Okay, so also... let's see... Each... there are a total of 4 traps on the map. Okay. And then we got this tiger pit. DC is 15. Anyone stepping on the cloth falls through and pulls the cloth down to the pit, taking damage based on the pit's depth, usually 10 feet. I think that's fine. So we'll just put 10 feet. Climbing out of the pit requires an athletics check, DC, we'll say 15. There we go. Disarming, not possible. Just ignore and avoid. You can jump over if you're jumping. Is that good? All right. Next encounter. Because everything else here is fine. The mechanics are good. One of the kobolds is going to run back inside. It does have features in the area, so I guess we should do that. I'm trying to get into the habit of having more features in an area, especially since I'm removing magic from my next campaign. So let's see. Daylight, fallen trees, and a pool. All right. Can I just copy these words? Not have to type them myself? Oh, that'd be perfect. It's good enough. All right. All right. Next encounter is the Roaring Cavern. And this is encounter 3. Okay. So in encounter 3, what's going on here? We have mobs, and these mobs are kobold dragon shields, which I believe we still have nowadays. And then we've got kobold slingers, and then we've got a kobold tunneler, maybe. From area 1. All right, so just a BB on that one. Let's go check out dragon shields. Let's see. Kobold dragon shield. These guys are pretty decent, in my opinion. I think they do an all right job. I think for these guys, we will make the special note that they are resistant to thunder, since that's the dragon that they are in the service of. That seems kind of cool, actually. Now, these guys, these 4th edition ones, they have this ability that's basically like a sentinel type ability. And they have like a really cool marking ability, and they also have an ability called Dirty Tricks that can immobilize you. So what we will do for these guys is, as part of our conversion here, special notes. Okay. Resistance to thunder. Each of these kobolds has the following additional ability. Dirty Tricks. Okay. And how many times can they use that? Once per encounter. So once per short rest. Okay. As a bonus action, cause a creature you just damaged. As a bonus action, cause a creature you just damaged to have its speed reduced to 0 until the end of your next turn. That seems pretty good. Yeah. So ideally, that should probably burn a reaction. Honestly, but let's see. Yeah. Okay. So it should be as a reaction. There we go. Cause a creature you just damaged to have its speed reduced to 0 until the end of your next turn. And oh, yep. Thanks. I think that's it. I think that kind of like shows like what these guys do and what they're about without deviating too much from what is expected from a 5th edition kobold. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know why they're using a spear. when they've got like that great dexterity compared to their strength. It's a little weird. But they do have pack tactics kicking, so might be all right. All right, so then we've got Kobold Slingers, which is next. Let's see. Go down here. And Kobold Slinger, the big difference here is take a BB Kobold. Now, we could replace the Slingers with Inventors, which would be pretty dope, honestly. And I think the Inventor is sort of like the spiritual successor to the Slinger, right? See how the Slinger has special shot, and see how the Inventor has all this dumb shit? So I think we could probably just replace them with Kobold Inventors, and everybody would be completely okay with that. So we're going to put replace with Kobold Inventors. There we go. Great. And let's see what else is going on here. We've got features of the area. Pretty much we could take these as is, but we want to do like a little bit of conversion work here. So grab all that. Okay. Oof. I like that all this stuff is included here. Gotta kind of self-correct this formatting here. Oh. And we got rubble as a separate thing. Go. And then we got this pit as a separate thing. These rubble piles are large enough to offer cover. Always nice. I don't know why we needed to set this at 11 and 21. I feel like that should just be checked against your jump ability. Yeah. So we probably don't need that. Let's see. Character who makes an athletics check can safely leave across. I mean, it's cool that they have that there, and I guess we could leave it to guide DMs, but I mean, technically, if a person could jump a certain distance, they could jump a certain distance. All right. Any creature that enters the water suffers the following trap attack as trap attack immediately. That's all it has to say. We don't need a trap attack. Any creature that enters the water. There we go. Must make a dexterity saving throw. DC. Let's go with DC 13. The target is knocked prone and is pushed 15 feet. Downstream towards the pit. Cool. Alright, so let's do this. There we go. A creature that starts its turn in the stream is pushed 3 squares downstream before it could take any other action. Oh my gosh. Okay. Creature that starts its turn in the stream. And would it be a dexterity save, honestly? Because I feel like it'd be a strength save to avoid being, like, knocked over and dragged down by the river. So let's do a strength saving throw. There we go. Okay. A creature that starts its turn in the stream must make a strength saving throw DC 13 or be pushed 15 feet downstream before it can make any other action or movement. Because back at 4th edition, movement was a type of action. Athletics? Yeah, I like that. All right, so we'll do a strength, athletics, skill check. I can already hear Dom asking if they could do a dexterity athletics check because they're, you know, moving with the flow of the water, etc., etc., etc. Those mythic kids, man. All right, let's see. Based on a character's size and strength, they can attempt to jump the stream. That's all we need to put. I don't need a fucking DC on that. And then we will put, instead of a strength saving throw, a strength athletics skill check DC 13. There we go. All right. A prone creature in the stream must make a DC 13 acrobatics or athletics check. I don't know. How about this? A prone creature in the stream makes these checks at disadvantage. Prone creature in the stream makes this check at disadvantage. Cool. A creature dragged into the pit by the current can make a saving throw as normal to avoid falling into the water below. Okay. I don't know if that's a normal thing in 5th edition D&D or not, to avoid falling into a pit. A creature dragged into the pit by the current can, as a reaction, attempt a strength or dexterity saving throw. DC 13 to avoid falling into the water below. In this case, the creature is considered prone and holding onto the edge of the pit. Wow. So complicated, but also so interesting. All right, so that's this encounter. Cool beans. Let's move on to the next one. Lair of Karen. Lair of Karen Zaxxas. And this is encounter 4? There we go. Okay. So, mobs in this encounter. Mobs in this encounter include tunnelers, which we've already discussed, quick blades, that we've already discussed, Tallow Calaxis himself, and Varza. All right, so these 3 have already been kind of dealt with here, but Varza is new. All right. So Varza is a boss lady. And if we go down to the boss lady stat block, we see that she has a lot of cool stuff, like a sonic orb attack, which I really like, and also has a thunderous dragon breath. So we're going to go back and look at official kobolds and see if there is a kobold that matches what we were looking for. I know there is some kind of kobold worm priest or some kind of special skill sorcerer. There we go. All right. So we will base her on a scale sorcerer. Okay. Start with a scale sorcerer. Nope. Go. And then what changes are we going to make? Let's drag this over for a sec. Well, let's see. You have pack tactics, which is great. You've got sunlight sensitivity, not so great, but you're in a cave. You have 2 daggers or chromatic bolts, which are just as good as Sonic Orbs. Because Deafened is a bullshit stats effect anyways. You got some spell casting, which is pretty nice. Don't have any spell casting in 4th edition on this monster. And then you've got a dagger, which is kind of the same as a spear, though this boss monster is dealing 1d8 plus 8 damage with their spear. That's significantly better than whatever bullshit is being dropped right here. The orb is doing 2d6 plus 6, whereas this orb is only dropping a 2d6 plus 2, and this is only attacking at a plus 4 to hit. Yeesh. Okay. Alright. Add the following changes. Give Varza 1 legendary action. Or, if you are cool, Paragon actions. Okay. Let's see. What else does Varza need to be slightly better? Dragon Breath. And it will be... I could have sworn there was a kobold that got a Dragon Breath weapon. Why can I not think of which one gets that? Let's see. Kobold. Which one of these assholes gets it? Winged Kobold. Scaled Sorcerer. Dragon Shield. Inventor. One of y'all motherfuckers got it. Winged Kobold? Are they the ones with the breath weapon? Nope. Yeah, because weren't they like in Sunless Citadel? They had breath weapons? I could have sworn they did. Oh well. Whatever. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go grab a Hellhound. Okay, I guess we have to put a space there. Cool. And Hellhound has a really well-formatted breath weapon. So we're going to grab that. And put that there. All right. So they have their own cute little dragon breath. Recharges to 5 or 6. Exhales. So we'll put blasts. Thunder. In a 15-foot cone, each creature in that area must make a DC 12 con save. Taking... Yeah, that's fine. 66 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Creatures who fail by 5 or more are knocked prone. Cool. I'll probably just copy that exact breath weapon and give it to the dragon as well. So it seems pretty good. And let's see, what other things do we need to give her? Incite Faith as a bonus action. Let's see. Once for short rest as a bonus action. Varza gives all allies within 50 feet 5 temp HP, and those allies can use a reaction to move half their speed without provoking opportunity attacks. That's pretty fucking good. It's a good boss ability. Let's see. Anything else that we could give her? Since she's a boss, we should probably give her some cool stuff. So let's put shifty defenses. In response to taking damage, here we go. Being attacked or taking damage, you can, as a reaction, move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. Great. Okay. So shifty defenses, insight, faith, dragon breath. They already have something equivalent to this sonic orb attack. We're representing the action point here by having that. So let's see. Varza has 80 hit points. Is that the most hit points that we could give a skilled sorcerer? 40 is the most hit points that we could give a skilled sorcerer. Yikes. Okay. All right. So we'll give her, I don't know. Yeah, we'll give her 80 hit points. I don't give a shit. All right. Put adjust for your group. There we go. I think all that is pretty good. All right. I feel like they could still just go in and charm her or something else like that. But, I mean, that's Dungeons & Dragons, baby. That's just what happens. They could also just go in and bamboozle her. Aw, thank you. Hello there. And let's see. So that handles that. And then we've got the dragon up top here. So I think that kind of converts everything. Let's go and hit up features of the area for this boss fight. Nope. Yep. There we go. All right. So 20-foot high ceiling. Illumination is darkness. There are corpses. It's always fun. Okay. There are 6 fresh corpses. Some are gerblins. Some are the peeps who have come to rescue. Okay. Squares with corpses are difficult terrain. Love it. Dragon skeleton. The remains of Karen lay here. Southwest corner. Okay. There are scales left that can be gathered. Alright, so we got rubble. Squares of rubble are difficult terrain, and these piles are large enough to offer cover for small creatures. And then we got a stream here. It's slow moving, but it is 3 feet deep, which makes it a difficult terrain. There we go. Alright. So then we go to the next page, and it just has more stat blocks, and that's it. That's the adventure. So we would need to seed in a little bit more treasure if we are interested in that sort of thing. So we could maybe give Varza a treasure or something like that. Maybe give her a wand of the War Mage. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. All right, we'll put that here. Varza has a wand of the War Mage. +1. Add 1 to her. Let's see. Chromatic Bolt. And DCs. Cool. Yeah, this all seems pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Great. Pretty happy with this. So the next step, I think, would be what other treasure could we put in here without like overdoing it? they're going to get reward at the end. They're going to get a dragon at the end. But having like an item might be kind of cool. What if we put under this first encounter treasure, the naturalist body is pinned beneath a fallen tree, a clever kobold trap that was sprung. If the tree is lifted up, his pack can be recovered. The contents are mostly intact, but muddy. All right, that works. And so it would just be a backpack with scholars kit. That's a thing, I think. One broken bottle that contained a potion of healing. One potion of climbing. And one potion of growth. Which are always fun. Alright. That seems pretty good. Got some treasure there at the beginning if they find it. Let's see. Where they're dealing with slingers, we'll go ahead and put treasure here. Okay. The strange equipment used by the inventors can be collected and used by heroes, brave, or daring. Yeah, I guess it'll just be daring. By heroes daring enough to attempt it. Additionally, one of the dragon shields had a +1 shield. All right. And then with the dragon shield special notes, give one of these creatures a +1 AC bonus. It is carrying a +1 shield. Go. Kobold slingers, replaced with inventors. They can take the inventor stuff. And let's see. Treasure. Okay. Heroes who spend time searching the underground lake will be disappointed. Nothing but bones and silt lay at the very deep bottom. Okay, pit, rubble, stream. Okay, cool. And then I guess for additional treasure here, let's see. Treasure. Varza has a wand of the War Mage +1. Additionally, feel free to add a few consumables that were left behind after the death of the dragon. And also, I think he's got a little bit of a horde, it describes. Maybe? Let's see. Dragon. Skill challenge boldly announced. Alright. So we'll also give him a small horde. Okay. And a potion of healing. Barza is carrying a potion of healing. Okay. Oh, let's see. Legendary action can be used to dash, dodge, or use chromatic bolt. There we go. Thank you. Ooh, summon Draconic Spirit with their new Dragon Companion. That might be kind of cool. Oh, like Draconic Spirit, like his mommy shows up. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Summon Draconic Spirit. That's a 5th level spell, Dom. What? Dom, what are you doing? Come on now. This is a low level adventure. We can't be giving them a 5th level summon Draconic Spirit. Also, if Varza had this, wouldn't she use it to defend herself against the heroes? I don't know. Once a week? Oh my goodness. They've already got a dragon that's joining their party. Do they really need like this spell on top of that? Wow. I forgot what a great spell this is. Oh my god. All right. They're getting a pet dragon. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Though I mean, what an intense fight this would be if she used that. Obviously, she would just she'd have to concentrate on it, and they'd just kick her ass, so she wouldn't be able to do it, do anything about it. But still, it'd be pretty dope. She's already got an actual dragon though, helping her in the fight, plus a bunch of minions and stuff. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so let's see. Tallow has a small horde. And it is 250. Let's go big. 450 copper pieces. 100 silver pieces. And let's say 30 gold pieces. Additionally, 3 hematite gemstones, each worth 10 GP. Cool. All right, so we have treasure, we have enemies converted over, all that good stuff. So I think we're at a good stopping point for now. So in the next time we get together to do this, we're going to remake the maps in Incarnate. So that's the next thing we're going to do. So next time we work on this, which hopefully will be next Tuesday, that seems like a good time to work on it. My air conditioning's been broke like forever, so I've really only been coming into my office to like do the work I have to do and not like any bonus content or anything like that. So yeah, next Tuesday, if we haven't done it sooner, let's plan on next Tuesday. We'll go ahead and start building these maps out a little bit, and maybe even add like a sample town or something. There's like town generator we could use to make a town super duper fast. And then yeah, we'll have the maps made. Then we can, I guess, go ahead and add back in these markers or whatever. But really, I think I just want to take it over into Foundry and start building it out. So that's probably what we'll plan to do. So next week we'll just do Incarnate work, converting the maps over, and then do probably one more stream where we take everything and we put it together into Foundry, and then the adventure is ready to go. So should be good. As you can see, though, we already have a pretty functional adventure if we just wanted to run it out of the original PDF with the little notes that we've made off to the side. In my opinion, this is more than enough to just go ahead and run the adventure. I would consider this pretty much converted at this point. So, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, I'll be back at 8. I'm going to be playing in Skull and Shackles Spelljammer, so Skulljammer, and I'll be streaming that as well. The DM will be Red the Kobold, and from Red Kobold Gaming, and yeah, so we'll be doing that at 8. There'll be nothing going on tomorrow officially that I know of. Might be streaming a video game or something. And then Thursday, we continue Wild Beyond the Witchlight Isekai. Fantasy characters are set loose in Coast City, USA, and that's been pretty exciting. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on. All right, thank you everybody for hanging out. And once all of this adventure is converted over and we finish this little series, I'll go ahead and edit everything into like smaller bite-sized pieces, throw it up onto the YouTubes, and then we'll make the adventure available so everybody can, can play and enjoy it, I guess. All right, talk to everybody later, and see you next time.